Hey folks, Adam here with the game Experience of EGX 2016. Situated in one of the most, dare I say, attractive cities I've ever been to, Birmingham was host to one of the UK's biggest gaming conventions. If you couldn't make it, don't worry, we got to touch with almost every base available with every game there was, as well as get in some in-depth interviews with big AAA companies and little but unforgettable indie games and their developers. So let's jump right in. Seeing as how the very entrance of the event was indie game and developers, we'll start there. All of the following games mentioned will have a link to their site below, so if you're interested in one, by all means check it out in the description below. Lost Castle by Hunter Studio. This top-down dungeon crawl game features a challenging level system but pretty bright colors. Even though it loves to kick your ass, you can't help but hit the replay button to try get further. Every time you spawn, your looks are randomized. Girl, guy, bald, hairy, the list goes on. The weapons are fun to execute and have an almost no limit feel to how many different ones there are. The game is inspired by so many big hitters of the genre, Dark Souls being one, and yeah, don't let the pretty colors and cartoon faces deceive you. Game's hard. Did I forget to mention this game reached record-breaking sales in China? Well, bam, there you go. Doubling its closest competitor, the company now hopes to repeat a similar result on different lands, and honestly, there's no reason why it shouldn't. Block Ships by Dr. Deviant. This game took a special place in our hearts when we got to experience it. Dave, the developer, was such a gent and told us just how this game can deliver, and he was not wrong. Block Ships is a classic edge-of-your-seat couch game where you battle anywhere from 2 to 4 players in an adrenaline sprint for parts floating in the arena. When you acquire these parts, you can shoot, move faster, and overcome your opponents to destroy their core. Or, if you're feeling lucky and are the underdog, why not ram your ship into an enemy core if it's exposed? Rivalries will spark and friendships will form in this heated game of blocks and bullets. Windlands by Cytec Games. The virtual reality game that all from experienced VR users to virgins of the genre can just love. A beautifully created world full of parkour possibilities and visuals that make you go, oh man. Take to the floating islands as a spirit of the wind, forming the world after a meteor hits. This purge happens every 100 years though, so it's cool, chill, Windspirit got this. Also grappling hooks. A real sense of depth in a vast open world will have you putting on the VR gear again and again. Black the Fall by Sailor Studio. Set in a communist dystopian era, you play as a factory worker, doing whatever you can just to get your freedom. With the concept of the game being created by first-hand experiences during communist Romania, this dark and bleak puzzle-based narrative will have you yearning for escape and doing whatever you can to do so. Quick shout out to Andrea, you're an absolute star, thank you. Forgotten Anne by Throughline Games. Announced by Square Enix at EGX, this fantasy adventure left us reeling for more. The anime-inspired art style and seamless transition between gameplay and cutscene lended such a fluid feel to the game. It honestly felt like you were watching a movie. The sound design was perfect, the story is dripping with potential, and it is a decision-focused ideal, the answers to which affect the story you undergo. The developers were incredibly cool guys, and you can tell they put heaps of passion into their game, so by all means please check this game out. Unfortunately, keeping this video to a relative time means I can't go as in-depth as I want to with every game, but here are some serious honorable mentions. Shoe by Coatsink. The side-scrolling platformer that rewards the reaction time and speedrunning player as well as the casual. Take to the wind and enjoy the beautiful aesthetics as you run from one of the coolest evil entities I've ever seen. City of Shroud by Abyssal Arts. This XCOM real-time hybrid wets the whistle of any fan of the genre. Islamic art style influences and its dialogue written by a successful published Amazon author keeps your RTS eyes busy as well as your chest getting a workout from the comedy-rich dialogue. Mecha Zoo by Good Mood Creators. The 2.5D platformer many of us yearn for. Actively swap between 5 forms to progress and complete the action-drenched levels, and if you feel like you want to hate or love somebody, enjoy the co-op gameplay as the two of you control a different form to switch between. Oh My Godheads by Tissue Titek. Yeah, that developer name took me for a ringer there, wasn't really sure how I was supposed to pronounce that. Serious special shout out to you guys, your game is amazing, and the couch element of it where you're just sitting and hating the people right next to you or loving your partner or hating them, whatever. It's a total worthwhile experience and I can't wait to play it again, so here's to you guys. The Mannequin by Xur Studios, Forts by Earthwork Games. Honestly, the indie side of things seriously delivered and each one is worth a look at. Some of the coolest things we got to do at EGX 2016 was to meet some of the most passionate developers I have ever seen. Endless Legend by Amplitude Studios. Sega's answer to the Civilization franchise and Master of Orion, this game takes its fantasy-rich inspiration to the stars. Built from the ground up, it's religions, politics, strategy options, planets, it's everything. Holds a large and epic scale that would make any fan of the genre think, yeah! Jeff, the lead developer, was excited as a kid with candy telling us about his game, and honestly, you can tell from playing, the game has a lot of soul and is a universe you can totally just get lost in. Another Sega title at EGX was PlaySport by PlaySport Games. We got to have an interview with lead developer Christian, and whoa, this guy is ambitious. PlaySport has you play the part of a manager for a racing franchise. From getting scouting agents to find the next big star to custom building your company's car, this game, in my opinion, literally can't end. It can't end. Your drivers can have rivalries. You can acquire sponsors, which can benefit any number of things. It's just one of the most in-depth games I've ever witnessed, all the while being mega addictive. I can go on about all the features this game has, but nah, need to finish this video today, so please check it out if you're interested. Tekken 7 by Bandai. Oh, nearly. Having played the previous versions, it's nice to see the familiar faces in even more definition, as well as some new what the f faces, and hey baby. The fast-paced, combo-rich game is very much still intact. My only issues was my hand started to cramp. Intense, HD, and Devil Jin. What's not to like? Little Nightmares by Bandai. This stuck out like a sore yet breathtakingly unique thumb. From convention set piece to gameplay, you knew you were playing Little Nightmares, and only Little Nightmares. You play as a 6-year-old girl, sneaking, platforming, and exploring her way through a banal, imaginative world. Running from creepy-ass chefs and following oblivious, hopeful friends. You'll start pushing into the back of your chair, or in my case, an unsuspecting onlooker, as you delve into a world truly worthy to have the word nightmare in its title. Dishonored II by Bethesda. Not only am I now rocking a new Dishonored t-shirt, but the game itself was pretty rockin'. We were able to choose between our previous hero Corvo or the sweet little girl who's now a shadow-melding demon from hell? Quotation question marks and brackets? You come a long way, Emily. Like a really long way. Like a how did you get here kind of way. Emily's personal life aside, I naturally enough went with the Venom Reincarnate. The game is highly anticipated, and for die-hard fans, you are in for a treat. The ever-developing world of the original Dishonored, with where your choices and courses of action affect the local environment, stands strong in its next of kin. I died about 1,000,000 times, but I'm blaming the fact that I wasn't Corvo. F***ing Emily. And of course, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, Call of Duty 28, Final Fantasy 15, Dude Where's My Chocobo, Tomb Raider, Destiny Rise of Iron. All of the big hitters and high expectation games were there. If you're interested in some more in-depth reviews, by all means check out Ronan's GameX reviews and stream recordings, as he plays early access on both Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1. A huge part of EGX that I enjoyed, aside from the beautiful people, not even kidding, hot tamales, was the esports atmosphere. Overwatch, CSGO, Tekken 7, and my personal favorite of the whole thing, Capcom Street Fighter V. The games were entertaining, interesting, and hype as f***. Street Fighter V, Capcom. Shout out to the amazing guys near the front who kept losing their You made it. Thank you. Overall, the event seriously delivered. Cosplay, merchandise, indie games, AAA, super cute Square Enix girl. Square Enix girl, you know who you are. I wanted to come over so many times, but your supervisor was always there. You seem awesome. Call me, please. Make my day. It was an awesome convention, and I'm already looking forward to next year's one. Special thank you to all the developers who met with us and were just awesome people. Again, if there was a game listed here you'd like to see, find out more, and the links are in the description. Don't forget to check out our website, GameX.io, a game recommendation website unlike any other. Head over and sign up today because it's totally for free. Love, 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 love. Square Enix girl, I'm not kidding, call me.